Hello everyone, in the last lecture I have solved an analytical problem related to high strength friction grip bolted joint, and in this lecture we will solve a design problem related to high strength friction grip bolted joint. So let us solve the problem. So the question is, two plates of thickness 8 mm and 12 mm are connected by lap joint and carries a factor tensile force of 60 kilonewton. Okay. So here it is given that two plates of thickness 8 mm and 12 mm. Okay. So here one plate is of 8 mm thickness and another plate is of 12 mm thickness. Okay. So here you can see these two plates are connected by the help of lap joint. Okay. So here these two plates are aligned over each other. So this is the case of lap joint. Okay. And carries a factor tensile force of 60 kilonewton. Okay. So the external applied load is 60 kilonewton. So this amount of load the joint is going to transfer from one member to another member. Okay. Then it is asked to design a high strength bolted joint when no slip is permitted. Okay. So it is given that the condition is no slip is permitted. That means it is the slip critical connection, means there will be no slip between the surface of two plates. Okay. So from the question and from this condition, it is clear that it is the case of the high strength friction grip bolted joint. Okay. As in case of high strength friction grip bolted joint, there will be no slip between the surface of two plates. Okay. So the no slip condition is the case of the high strength friction grip bolted joint. That means here we have to design the high strength friction grip bolted joint. Okay. The next thing is, steel is of grade Fe 410. Okay. So the ultimate tensile strength of the material or plate is given, that is 410 MPa or Newton per mm square. The next is, assume bolts in clearance holes. Okay. So this condition, that is bolts in clearance holes, for this condition the value of KH is 1. Okay. The next is slip factor as 0.3. So the coefficient of friction or the slip factor is given in the question and the value is 0.3. Then the bolt of grade 8.8. Okay. So from the property class of bolt or from grade of bolt, we can get the value of the ultimate tensile strength of the bolt. Okay. So here the grade of bolt is 8.8. Okay. So here this 8 stands for 1 by 100 into ultimate tensile strength of the bolt, and the ultimate tensile strength of the bolt is 8 into 100, that is 800 MPa. So here the ultimate tensile strength of the bolt is 800 MPa. Okay. Then the width of the plate is given, that is 110. So the width of plate is 110 mm. Okay. And the external applied load is 60 kilonewton. So this much things are given in the question. Okay. So finally we have to design for the high strength friction grip bolted joint. Okay. As in the question it is clearly mentioned that we have to design for this condition, that is the no slip is permitted. That means it is the case of the high strength friction grip bolted joint. Okay. So in the first step we have to determine the diameter of the bolt. Okay. So as in the question here the diameter of bolt is not given in the question, so we have to determine the diameter of bolt from the Unwin's formula. Okay. So in the first step just calculate the diameter of bolt, and as here in the question the diameter of bolt is not given, so just calculate the diameter of bolt from the Unwin's formula, and the formula is 6 into root over of t, and here t is the thickness in mm, and we always take the thickness of the thinner plate. Okay. So here 6 into root over of t. So here just take the minimum thickness, that is 8 mm. Okay. So this value is coming 16.97 mm. Okay. So as I have already told that after calculating the diameter of bolt from the Unwin's formula, just round up the value according to the available size of the diameter of the bolt in the market. Okay. So we can round up this value as 16 mm or 18 mm. Okay. As 17 mm is not available, is not generally available in the market. Okay. So I am taking the diameter of bolt as 16 mm. Okay. So in the first step we have calculated the diameter of bolt. Then in the second step calculate strength of bolt. So as this is the case of the high strength friction grip bolted joint, so here the bolt is high strength friction grip bolt. Okay, not the bearing bolt. Okay. So in the second step we will calculate the strength of high strength friction grip bolt. Okay. So as in case of high strength friction grip bolt, the force is generally transmitted by the friction action only. So here to get the value of the strength of the HSFG bolt, we have to calculate the design shear capacity or the slip resistance or the frictional resistance of the HSFG bolt. Okay. So calculate design shear capacity or slip resistance of HSFG bolt. Okay. So the design shear capacity of HSFG bolt can be calculated by nominal shear capacity of HSFG bolt divided by gamma mf. Okay. So here this nominal shear capacity of HSFG bolt can be calculated by the formula, that is mu f into Ne into Kh into F naught divided by gamma mf. Okay. So here the value of mu f is 0.3, that is given in the question only. Then come to Ne. Ne is number of surfaces which is giving or which is offering the frictional resistance to the slip. Okay. So here for the lap joint the value of Kh is 1, as here only one surface is there which is offering the frictional resistance to the slip from happening. Okay. So here for the lap joint the value of Ne is 1, then Kh. So for the case one condition has been given in the question, that is the fasteners are in clearance holes. Okay. So for that condition the value of Kh is 1. Then come to F naught. Okay. So F naught is the minimum bolt tension, and that can be calculated by the proof stress into net area of the bolt. Okay. And the proof stress is generally 70% of the ultimate tensile strength of the bolt. Okay. So that is 0.7 into FUB into ANB. Okay, and here 0.7 and FUB value is 800 ampere that we have that we got from the property class of the bolt, that is 8.8. Okay, so here the FUB is 800 ampere and net area of bolt that can be calculated by 0.78 into pi by 4 into d square. Okay, so the diameter of bolt is not given in the question, that's why we have calculated, we have determined the diameter of bolt from the Unwin's formula in the first step, and the diameter of bolt is 16 mm, pi by 4 into d square. Okay, so here just write the diameter of bolt, that is 16 mm that we have taken. Okay, then put all the values in the formula. Okay, so the mu f is 0.3, then Ne is 1, Ks is 1, then F naught, that is 0.7 into 800 into 0.78 into pi by 4 into d square, that is 16 square, then gamma mf. Okay, so here in this problem you will have the confusion in the case of gamma mf. Okay, so to get to know the value of the gamma mf, there are two conditions that I have already discussed. That one condition is if the slip if the no slip condition is designed at service load, then the value of gamma mf is 1.1, and if the no slip condition is designed at the ultimate load, then the value of gamma mf is 1.25. Okay, so but here it is only given that no slip is permitted. Okay, so it is not mentioned whether the no slip is permitted at service load only or at the ultimate load. Okay, this thing is not mentioned in the question. Okay, so if it is not clear from the question that if it will not be clear from the question that whether the no slip condition is designed at the service load or ultimate load, then just assume that here the no slip condition is designed for the ultimate load. Okay, that means if nothing is mentioned in the question clearly, then just take the gamma mf value as 1.25. Okay, and if it will be mentioned in the question that the no slip condition is designed at the service load, then take the value of gamma mf as 1.1. But as here it is not mentioned clearly whether it is designed at the service load or at the ultimate load, so we assume that the no slip condition is designed at the ultimate load. So we will take the value of gamma mf as 1.25. Okay. So the value of design shear capacity of HSFG bolt, this value is coming 21.10 kilonewton. Okay, so this value will come in Newton, then just convert into the kilonewton. Okay, so this value is coming 21.10 kilonewton, and this value we have calculated for one bolt only. Okay, so in the second step we have calculated the strength of one HSFG bolt. Okay, so in the third step just calculate the number of bolts required to transmit or to transfer this 60 kilonewton of load from one member to another member safely. Okay. So in the third step calculate number of bolts required. So number of bolts required can be calculated by the external applied load, means the load that to be transmitted by the joint, okay, that load divided by strength of one bolt, and here the bolt is HSFG bolt. Okay, so the external applied load that will be transmitted by the joint is given in the question, that is 60 kilonewton. Okay, and the strength of one HSFG bolt that we have calculated in the second step, and that value is, that value we got 21.10 kilonewton. Okay, so it is coming 2.84. Okay, so we can take the number of bolts required as 3. Okay, so to transmit this amount of load, that is the 60 kilonewton load, from one member to another member safely, we got 3 number of bolts required. Okay, then in the first step just arrange the bolts. Okay, so the width of the plate is given in the question, that is 110 mm. Okay, and we got the number of bolts required as 3. Okay, okay, so here just calculate minimum end distance and minimum pitch distance. Okay, to arrange the bolts in a convenient way, we require the end distance and the pitch distance. Okay, so to assume the end distance and pitch distance, before assuming just calculate the minimum end distance and the minimum pitch distance. So the minimum end distance can be calculated by 1.5 into d nut. Okay, so d nut is the whole bolt hole diameter. So here 1.5. So here the diameter of bolt is 16 mm. So the bolt hole diameter will be 18 mm. Okay, so it is coming 27 mm. Okay, and here the minimum pitch distance is 2.5 into diameter of bolt. So 2.5 into diameter of bolt is 16 mm, and this coming 40 mm. Okay, so the minimum end distance has come 27 mm. So we can take the end distance as 30 mm. Obviously we will take the greater value from the 27 mm, as this is the minimum value only. Okay, and here let's take the pitch distance as 45 mm. Okay, so here you can see, if we will arrange the 3 number of bolts in one column. Okay, so here the end distance will be 30 mm. Okay, then the pitch here the pitch distance is 45 mm, and we can take the gauge distance as the same. Okay, so if we take the gauge distance as 45 mm, so here you can see 30 plus 45 plus 45 plus 30. Okay, so this value is coming greater than 110 mm. This value is coming 150 mm, which is greater than 110 mm, but our width is 110 mm. Okay, as our width is restricted, so we can arrange the bolts in one row. Okay, so here you can take the end distance or edge distance as 30 mm. Okay, and you can take the pitch distance as 45 mm. Okay, so just arrange the bolts here in one row only as our width is restricted. Okay, so we have arranged the bolts in a convenient way by assuming the end distance and pitch distance as per the recommendation of IS code. Then in the fifth step, calculate the strength of joint. Okay, so and check that whether the strength of joint is coming greater from this 60 kilonewton load or not. Okay, so to get the value of the strength of the joint, we have to calculate the strength of the bolt and the rupture strength of the plate, and we have already calculated the strength of bolt in the second step. So the next remaining part is the rupture strength of the plate. Okay, so just calculate the rupture strength of the plate, that is 0.9 into An into Fu by gamma ml. Okay, then calculate the net effective area. Okay, that can be calculated by the formula, that is B minus Nd naught whole into T. So here the width of the plate is 110, then minus N. N is the number of bolt present in the critical section or in the section which we are taking. Okay, so I am taking this section. Okay, and in this bolt line only one bolt is present here, so take N as 1, then D naught is the 18 mm, D naught is the bolt hole diameter and that is 18 mm. Then take the minimum thickness of the thinner plate, that is 8 mm. Okay, so this value is coming around 736 mm square. Okay, then put all the values in the formula. 0.9 into An, that value is 736 mm square, and then Fu is the ultimate tensile strength of the material or plate, that value is 410 MPa divided by gamma ml, this value is 1.25. Okay, so the rupture strength of the plate, that value will come around 217,267 Newton. Okay, so this value will come in Newton, and then after calculating this just write the value in kilonewton. Okay, so here I am writing the value in kilonewton, that is 217.267, as here 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the minus 3 kilonewton. Okay, so here you can see this rupture strength of the plate is greater than that of the external applied load, means the load that to be transmitted by the joint. Okay, from that value the rupture strength of plate is greater. Okay, so it is safe. Okay, then compare with the strength of joint. Okay, so the strength of joint will be minimum of VDSF, that is the design shear capacity of the HSFG bolt. Okay, that value is, so in the second step we have calculated the design shear capacity of HSFG design shear capacity of one HSFG bolt. Okay, but we got the number of bolts required as 3. Okay, so here the design shear capacity of HSFG bolt will be 3 into the design shear capacity of 1 HSFG bolt, that value is 21.1 kilonewton, that we calculated in the second step. Okay, so here the design here the strength of bolt will be 63.3 kilonewton. Okay, and the rupture strength of the plate, that value has come to 117.267 kilonewton. Okay, so the strength of the joint is the minimum of these two values. So here the strength of joint will be 63.3 kilonewton, and here you can see this value is greater than that of the 60 kilonewton. Okay, 60 kilonewton is the external applied load which is to be transmitted by the joint. Okay, so our strength of the joint is 63.3 kilonewton, which is greater than the 60 kilonewton. So our design is okay. Okay, so in this way you can design the high strength friction grip bolted joint. So here we finished the bolted connection. Okay, so in the next lecture we will discuss about the welded connection. Okay, thank you.